Think about the last email you sent that started with, sorry to bother you, or just checking in, or this might be a dumb question. You probably thought you were being professional, even respectful and easy to work with. But what if some of the language that we use to sound polite is quietly weakening our clarity, our credibility, and sometimes even our leadership presence? Because politeness itself is not the problem. The problem is what happens when politeness starts replacing conviction. Today, I'm going to unpack the hidden cost of trying to sound polite at work and why some of our most common professional phrases may be doing more work against us than for us. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Frustrated to Fluent. I'm Devon, founder and CEO of the ECA Institute, and here we unpack moments when communication either builds trust or quietly weakens it. And if you work in healthcare and if you've ever struggled to find the right words in high pressure situations, I created a short guide called 10 Phrases Every Healthcare Professional Should Know. You can download it below. Now, in the workplace, it rewards professionalism, right? This is not new. But sometimes, in the effort to sound collaborative or agreeable or respectful, people start verbally shrinking themselves without realizing it. And the tricky part is that these habits often sound very normal. Today, I'm going to unpack the hidden cost of trying to sound polite at work and why some of our most professional phrases may be doing more work against us than for us. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with a few phrases. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry for the question. Sorry to bother you. Notice something there? Many workplace apologies happen before anybody has actually done anything wrong. Now, don't get me wrong, real apologies matter, but apologizing for asking or contributing or clarifying or simply just taking up conversational space, that can quietly change the signal you're sending. Because instead of sounding respectful, it can sometimes sound like, I'm not entirely sure I have the right to be here. So try this instead. Instead of, sorry to interrupt, just say, I'd like to add something here. It's simple, it's cleaner, and no verbal shrinking is required. Now, this next one is sneaky. I just want to follow up. Just a quick question. Just checking in. Tiny word, big impact. Because just often functions like linguistic cushioning, but it minimizes the importance of what comes next before you've even delivered it. Try reading your email without it. Usually, the sentence gets cleaner immediately. It's not aggressive or rude. It's just clear and it's cleaner. Next up is the validation habit. You explain an idea and then you finish with something like, does that make sense? It sounds collaborative, right? Sometimes it is, but depending on the context, it can also signal uncertainty. This is where we need to separate two things people often treat as identical: niceness and kindness. They're not always the same thing, especially in workplaces. Because workplace niceness often sounds like avoiding friction, softening everything, protecting everyone from discomfort. But kindness is often clarity. It's direct feedback. It's clear expectations, clear decisions, respect for people's time and mental energy. Because confusion wrapped in politeness is still confusion. A kind leader doesn't create ambiguity to avoid awkwardness. They create clarity, even when clarity is uncomfortable. Here's a quick question for you. Which one shows up most for you? Is it the apology, the just, the over softening? Drop it below. I want to hear about them because almost everyone has at least one. Now let's talk about something people don't discuss enough, and that's the exhaustion piece. You're constantly managing your tone. You're softening every request, editing every sentence to make sure nobody feels uncomfortable. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of real work, communication work. And over time, that self-monitoring can become really draining because you're not trying to just communicate with someone, you're trying to communicate while continuously managing perception. That's a very heavy cognitive load. And eventually, some people start feeling resentful or burned out or disconnected from what they actually wanted to say. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to choose between being clear and being respectful. This is not an argument for becoming harsher or colder or hyper assertive. It's an argument for learning how to communicate with clarity that doesn't require self erasure. Because strong communication isn't how small can I make my message so everybody stays comfortable? It's how do I deliver this clearly, respectfully, and without disappearing inside my own wording? That's a very different goal. The language you use every day is doing more than just delivering information. It's shaping perception, it's shaping credibility and clarity, and even leadership signals. And often the habits we mistake for professionalism deserve a second look because trying to sound polite should not require diluting your message or your presence. All right, if this video helped you, please hit like and subscribe. I post new videos every week to help you build real world communication skills in your professional life. Also, if you work in healthcare and if you've ever struggled to find the right words in high stakes moments, I created a short guide called 10 phrases every healthcare professional should know. You can download that below. And if you liked this video, check these other ones out too. All right, that's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Take care.